Hello, today we're going to be talking about nationalism in a South Asian country. The country we'll talk about today is Bangladesh and the statement by its minister that it is seeking to join the BRICS. Let's begin. I support nationalism in my country, India, and in all countries around the globe. Today I'm going to be talking about Bangladesh and its decision to join BRICS in August. A BRICS summit will be held, and Bangladesh has been invited to join BRICS along with several other countries. And one of their minister has spoken about this, and I want to talk about this and explain how being in BRICS will affect Bangladesh and how its relationship with India and China will uh, work and influence its behavior in the BRICS. So let's get started. Abdul Momen on Wednesday said in Geneva that Bangladesh is likely to become a member of the BRICS in August this year. After a meeting between Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and South African President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, Momen said the BRICS Bank had invited Bangladesh as a guest, adding that in the future it would invite Bangladesh to join in. So, first, the BRICS Bank will invite Bangladesh as a guest, and this will lead to Bangladesh joining BRICS itself. Immediate benefits may not be apparent. Many analysts say that joining BRICS will yield medium to long term advantages as the bloc expands to reduce the dominance of the US and the US dollar. Along with Bangladesh, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, and Indonesia have been invited to join BRICS. These countries are expected to join the group in August during a summit in South Africa. Professor Mustafizur Rahman, a distinguished fellow at the Center for Policy Dialogue, views this as a positive step considering BRICS status as the largest club of developing economies. He says that joining BRICS will deepen Bangladesh's relations with these countries. It will also help Bangladesh diversify its foreign relations. Of the BRICS countries, China and India are the top two trade partners of Bangladesh, accounting for almost 40% of its imports. Dr. M.A. Razak, a research director of Policy Research Institute of Bangladesh, also welcomed the Bangladeshi decision to join BRICS. He says that they have to keep in mind that it is not a trade bloc and there will be no immediate economic benefit from joining this group. However, the immediate benefits that do come will be as foreign investments, as investors would think that Bangladesh is a member of this big bloc of developing economies, and there's a chance that bilateral trade between member countries will increase. Joining BRICS will open up issues for discussion and help Bangladesh leverage in getting benefits. And this shows that Bangladesh is getting closer to China and Russia and moving away from America. Of course, Bangladesh can't move totally away from the US because the United States is the largest importer of Bangladeshi products, importing $8.3 billion worth of goods in 2021. And observers believe that Hasina's remarks on the United States, saying where she said that Bangladesh can withstand any pressure given by an outside country with reference to the United States. Observers believe that these remarks are an attempt to be defiant and also are mere bluster. They say that since so much of the Bangladeshi political class, including Hasina herself, has family members in the US, it would be misleading to suggest that not having the capacity to fly to the US is no big deal. So they will be affected because the US has said that it suspects uh, electoral problems in next year's elections, and if there are, then they would cancel the visas of those politicians from both the government and opposition who commit election fraud. I can see the irony that Republicans would view this with, considering they believe that Joe Biden himself committed electoral fraud. And so this has caused Sheikh Hasina to move closer to the BRICS. If Dhaka plays its cards right, it could gain a lot from participating in BRICS while also continuing to scale up trade and diplomatic ties with the West. So we can see that Bangladesh is going to imitate India, where it has ties with both Eastern and Western countries. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh said that, like any self respecting country, it attaches the highest importance to the values of sovereignty and freedom to decide its own course of action, both domestic and foreign, for the betterment of its people. So, this shows that they are not going to allow any country to pressurize them, to make them follow that country's policies, both domestically and foreign. And the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson uh, made a mention of this comment, and he they said that that a certain country has long been interfering in the internal affairs of Bangladesh and many other developing countries under the pretext of democracy and human rights. I wonder who they're talking about. I can't think of any other country that seems to pressure other countries and interfere in their internal affairs under the pretext of democracy and human rights. Hmm. Oh, I hope you can hear the sarcasm in my voice. That's the United States, the United Kingdom, and many other Western countries. It's a very irritating thing they do. And he said that China stands ready to work together with Bangladesh and other countries to oppose all forms of hegemonism and power politics, uphold the UN centered international system, the international order underpinned by international law, and the basic norms governing international relations based on the purposes and principles of the US Charter. Now, both India and China are part of the BRICS, so if Bangladesh uh, joins the BRICS, its relations between both these countries will be important. Uh, Interestingly, right now, US and China are fighting over Bangladesh, but India is winning. On January 10th this year, the Chinese Foreign Minister Kim Gang stopped in Dhaka on his first ever foreign trip. This happened in tandem with Chen Zhou, the deputy head of the International Department of the Chinese Communist Party Central Committee, leading a delegate on a 3 day visit to Bangladesh. At the same time, Aileen Labashir, the senior director for South Asia at the White House's National Security Council, arrived in Dhaka for a 4 day visit on January 7th. She met with Momen on January 9th, just before Kim's brief sojourn at the Dhaka airport. Donald Lu, the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for South and Central Asian Affairs, concluded a high voltage visit as well. So this shows that both the US and China are giving a lot of diplomatic interest in Bangladesh. But India remains Bangladesh's most important uh, relation. Bangladesh hosted in India has uh, several demands from Bangladesh. Its number one demand is to uproot northeast separatist movements. For this, Bangladesh hosted India's surveillance radar, granted access to an economic corridor connecting India's impoverished northeast to the mainland, and most importantly, provided access to India and all aspects of Bangladeshi life. Bangladesh became India's third largest source of remittances, thanks in large part to the number of Indians taking up top management positions in Bangladeshi institutions. Meanwhile, China has, through its Belt and Road Initiative, which was launched in 2013, it has made significant inroads. Its overall influence in Bangladesh, however, remains rather limited. But even this limited gain of China and Bangladesh is seen by India as coming at its own expense. Therefore, India has done all it could to counter China's inroads, but due to extreme constraints on its resources and rising anti India sentiment in Bangladesh, it failed to appear as an effective counterbalance against resourceful China. So, yeah, that's how India and China and will uh, affect Bangladesh. So, what can we make of this? We can say that joining BRICS will be good for Bangladesh. Right now, it finds it difficult to import goods from Russia because it does not, because Russia doesn't accept American dollars. And so it's going to have to rely on the hypothetical BRICS currency. And right now, I think it's using Chinese yuan to buy Russian goods. And by being part of the BRICS, it can regularly interact with India and China to get the best from both of the countries without antagonizing either and understanding them better. And it can, by joining the BRICS, it can spread its influence in Brazil, South Africa, and make itself heard on the global stage. And it will reduce its dependence on the US. So, yeah, I think joining BRICS will be a good decision for Bangladesh. Please give your thoughts on the video in the comment section. If you want to see other videos about nationalism in South Asian countries, click here. If you want to see my previous video, click here. If you want to see the sources I use for this video, click the links in the description below. Thank you for watching. Vande Matra.